Hi, welcome to Edwards Motorhomes. Now today we're going to do a handover video for you on this Auto Trail F60 coach-built motorhome. Hope you find it informative. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start on the outside of the vehicle and then we're going to work our way in. So the first thing to show you is just here where we have your fuel filler, and underneath here we have your AdBlue tank. Next we have this storage locker that runs underneath the bench seat. As you can see in here, you've got your toolkit. You've also got access to your leisure battery. Obviously we have your awning light below your awning just there, and just here we have your fridge vents. Next to that we have the gas barbecue point. And then of course we have this good sized storage locker in the rear. Now you also have a shelf just in here that you just unclip from there and drop that down if you need it. On the rear of the vehicle we have your reversing camera. You can put a bike rack on just here, and of course your cassette toilet. Underneath the vehicle we have your spare wheel. Now with your cassette toilet, when we go inside we'll show you, but basically on the toilet itself you have a blade that opens and closes on top of the toilet. To be able to take the cassette out, the blade must be closed, and then what you do is just unclip this blue catch here, pull it out. It then works literally like a carry case. On most campsites you're going to find you're going to have what they call an housing point. When you get to the housing point, that's where you'll drain down your waste. Now to do that, you just take off this blue cap. You press the blue button on the back. What that does is it allows the air to flow through, so it's not going to glug out all over the place. It's going to smoothly run away. Flush through with the hose, waste away again. Add your new blue or green chemical. Always put that directly into the cassette, not down your toilet. It's a very strong chemicals and they will stain your bowl. Also, when it comes to things like toilet paper, you want to use the proper camping toilet paper or cheap toilet paper. The triple quilted stuff doesn't break down and you're going to end up with just a great big ball of mush in there. That's not pleasant. When you're finished with it, pop it back in, job's done. So over this side we have your gas locker just here, and beneath your gas locker you have the drain for your fresh water tank. And again, you just turn the tap, it'll drain down all your fresh water. Here we have your water filler, which again you just pop the hose in and that'll fill up your fresh water tank. This particular vehicle has the outdoor shower point on just there. Underneath here you'll see we've got the drain for your wastewater tank. Again, just turn the tap and drain it down. And of course just here we have your electric hookup point. Let's take a look inside. Okay, so next we come to your cab. So the first thing in your cab is you've got your electric windows just here, mirrors, and we've got your lights just here. On the steering wheel you can see we've got your radio controls, we've also got your cruise control controls, and we've got your radio controls just there. Here, this just pops up, so again you can put your phone just in there. We've got your media center just here, which is quite a nice easy system to use. So you've got your navigation, your radio, your DAB, Bluetooth, press along, USBs, iPods, Android, and camera. You've also got these just down here so you can switch them on without going onto your main screen. Just here we have your heat controls and your air conditioning. Here we have your 12-volt socket and USB. And of course there we have your cab. Now the other things to tell you about in here is we've got your cab lines. They just slide across on both sides and lock into the center. Something that's very important is when you put these back, make sure you clip them in properly, otherwise when you're turning left that's going to come straight across in front of your face and it's very dangerous. There we have your cab.
Okay, so time to move on to your beds. So we've got obviously the electric drop down bed just there, and then we also have the makeup double at the bottom there, which I'll show you afterwards. But first of all, I just want to show you where the buttons are. Previous owner has very kindly put an on off marking on there, so it's currently on. All we need to do, hit the button down, that will drop this bed down. Okay, Once you've got it down to a position that you like, you will have a net just here. With that net, you can then fix the straps up into here. That stops anybody rolling out into the kitchen. Once you're finished with that, it's always worth, you can leave your duvet on but take your pillows off, because if you leave your pillows on, it might sense that there's somebody still on the bed, so it will blow a fuse as a safety precaution. So we'll pop that back up. And now it's time to make up the bottom part. While I do the bottom part, I'm just going to quickly show you where your boiler drain is. So, those two, that stops that from sliding out. And then your boiler drain is that yellow switch just down there. If you pull that out towards you, towards the centre of the valve, that will then drain your boiler.
Okay, so bed makeup. As we've already taken the cushions off here, I can just show you how it works. So we do have a little clip here, stops it from sliding out whilst you're driving along. Slide it out like so. Underneath there is a leg for it. Once you've done that, unclip this back panel. That then slots in to here. Like so, and then the same again this side. We'll just move these cushions over. There we are. And again, these are also pinned onto the panel so they don't come off. Same method again. Unclip these, slide, and then underneath, don't forget the leg. Twist your back panel, fill that in there. And there we are. I made that look a little bit more difficult than it actually is.
So next we're going to come to your kitchen. Now in your kitchen you have these two big storage areas just up here. Now you'll notice in this far corner you've got your charger for your solar panel. Now how that works is you'll see you've got the little switch above. Number one is to charge your vehicle battery. Flick it down onto number two and that will charge up your leisure battery. Of course we have your good sized sink just here with the mixer tap. 3 gas hobs just there, so again you must have your gas on while you're using your cooking facilities, and the splashback. Now underneath we have your Thetford oven. More storage in here. This top one does slide out as you've got a cutlery tray just in there. Again, more storage on this side. And underneath here we have your water pump. Over on this side we have storage just in here. In here we have the storage for your standalone table. And underneath your fridge freezer we have your gas isolator switches. Which then brings me on to the fridge freezer. Now the fridge freezer is a 3-way fridge freezer. So how that works, press this button here, it'll turn it on. Now at the moment we're plugged into the main, so I've got it on for electric. But how it will actually work is, if you press this button and keep your finger on, that icon will flash, then you can turn it to battery, to gas, or to auto. When you've picked what you want, press that button again and then it will give you your temperature. Which by pressing these 2 buttons you can take the temperature up or down. When you're set, press that button, it'll come back to that screen. Now if you've never used one before, how the 3-way fridge freezer works is, you have a choice of gas, electric and battery. Now the one that confuses people is battery, because you would assume that battery means it's working off your leisure battery. It's not. It's working off your vehicle battery. So your engine must be running when you're running it on battery. Apart from that, it's quite obvious really. If you're running off your gas, you'll pop it onto gas. If you're running from 230 volts electric, you plug it onto the mains. Now, the only time, like I say, you really have to do anything with this is on automatic. Just check that it's doing what you want it to do rather than what it thinks it should be doing. And there we have your fridge freezer. So now we're going to talk about your washroom and your toilet facilities. So the first thing to show you is this large wardrobe just over here. Now you'll also notice in the back of the wardrobe you have the television booster. Now at the moment you'll see the light is on, so that means it's on standby. This must be on to get any sort of reception from your TV. There's a little black switch underneath the booster to turn the booster on and off. Next, we have this storage area just above the toilet. And then we come to the toilet itself. Now the first thing is you can swivel the bowl round so you get into the most comfortable position. When we lift it up, you'll see that we were talking before about the blade. The blade is closed, so that means you can take the cassette out. So to open it, you've got this grey handle underneath here. Just push away, it opens it up. Pull it back, it closes. In all fairness, the only reason that you will actually want that open is if you're using the toilet. Apart from that, keep it closed. And then of course, you've got your flush just here, which is an electric flush. So for that to work, your water pump must be on and you must have water in your system. And just round the back here, you'll see this green light. That means the cassette is empty. If that turns red, the cassette is full. Then we have your wash basin, and underneath, more storage. And over here we have your separate shower. And with this, the screen just clips in just here. You bring that round, just locks in there and attaches like so.
Okay, so we're now going to move on to the heating of your water, heating of your van, your 12-volt control panel, and also your sergeant control panel. So first of all, we'll head down here. So your sergeant control panel contains your fuses and your trip switches. And it's also worth noting that you need to make sure that this light here, where it says heater, is switched on for the electric heating to work for the van. Then we move to here. This is your electric heating for your water as part of your boiler. So then if we come back across to the heating control panel, we'll start off with heating. You've got heating and hot water, so we'll start here. So if you select it, we've got 0.75 kilowatts, 1.5 kilowatts, 3 kilowatts, gas, and then gas and electric. So this is your choice of whether you wanted gas and electric, or just electric for the heating of your van. Once you've selected one of those, we'll use the 1.5 kilowatt to start off with. You've got two modes just down here. You've got frost mode, which is 5 degrees, and then you've got nighttime mode, which is 16 degrees. And then obviously from there you can move up and down temperature to however is comfortable for yourself. If we move on to the water, again, same system, just keep clicking the button. Frost mode, which obviously keeps the boiler from freezing. We have one electric element, which is 0.75 kilowatts. We've got two electric elements, which is 1.5 kilowatts. Gas, we've got gas and electric, which is again at 0.75 kilowatts, and then gas and electric again at 1.5 kilowatts. Okay, so 12-volt control panel time, which is located obviously just above the fridge here. We have an on-off switch just at the top left. Pretty straightforward, that one. We have your internal lights. Again, other lights are on individual switches, but if you do knock off the power entirely, it will turn all of them off. Underneath that we have your water pump. Again, make sure that's on whenever you're using your water. We have an awning light just there. This one checks your levels. So if you cycle through, you've got vehicle battery, you've got your water tank levels, so fresh and waste. You can select where you want your power through the leisure battery or the vehicle battery, temperature and humidity, which is internal and external, and then we have your option to adjust the time, and that's your 12-volt control panel.
Okay, so this particular van has a 4G Wi-Fi unit installed just there. Now, earlier on in the video, you'll remember that Andy pointed out the booster that was in the wardrobe in the back here. That obviously works with your TV. So, you can move your TV around into positions that are comfortable to view, like so. Okay. Once you're happy, you've got, see this is lit up red, so it's on standby. Hit your standby button, it will turn blue. Now it's always worth remembering that wherever you pull up to, you will always have to retune your telly in. And it is really quite a straightforward process, the same as when you tune in Freeview at home. Just follow the steps on your controller and you'll go through on the telly. So again, if you wanted to, so setup, you'll see here you've got these icons. If you go down to the satellite dish, move across, hit down to auto search. It's already put into the right way it needs to be. Hit OK, it'll auto search. Give it 10-15 minutes, it should locate what it needs to. And that's how your TV will work.
Okay, so next we come on to your awning. So to start off with, we have your brace. Now you can extend your brace. You just loosen off from here and slide it out. So again, if you're short like I am, you can get that to a more manageable height. Then you just tighten it. Then you'll notice you have these two pins on the end of the brace. And they just fit into this end of the awning and lock into place just there. And then you quite literally wind. Now, the manufacturers will tell you that really, when you get to about halfway, you want to be putting your legs down and taking the pressure off the awning. But that really just depends on how tall you are. And if you're short like I am, there's not really much of a chance of that happening. So, you do need to then wind out until you get it fully out. And then when you look inside the casing, just here, you'll notice that you have the two legs. Now they are spring loaded into place, so you just push back and slide them out. Now, because this is a roof awning, you'll notice the legs don't touch the ground, you've got these little pins. So you need to push that in, then slide out until that gets into place. And you drop that down till it clicks into there. We do the same on the other side. And then with these catches here, you'll just slide up so you've got that where you want it to be. And then you push back up. Now, when these are new, they are very stiff and it'll feel like it won't want to give. It will, and the more you use them, the easier they become. Same on this side. So again, lift, push up with your palm, locks into place. And there we have your awning. So, thank you for watching our handover video on the Auto Trail F60. We hope you found it informative. We have got a range of other handover videos on our YouTube channel at Edward Motorhomes if there are any other models you'd like to look at.